Cross-examination of Senzo Meyiwa's longtime friend, Tumelo Madlala, will continue in the High Court in Pretoria this morning. Meyiwa was shot and killed in an alleged botched robbery at the house of his then-girlfriend, Khumalo, and that was in October of 2014.
Yeah, and Madlala was one of the people in the home at the time. Now, earlier this week, he told the court he doesn't know who shot and killed his friend. Let's get you an update from our reporter, Mnisi, who is covering that story for us. Linda, good morning. It's great to see you. Cross-examination continuing. What do you reckon is going to be at the top of that line of questioning this morning?
Well, you'll remember, Michelle, that Tumelo Madlala has already touched on a number of issues that happened inside the house. He's essentially the third state witness who was inside the house to testify. He's already identified the second accused, which is Bongani Ntanzi, as one of the people who were inside the house at the time of the shooting, but not able to tell the court who exactly fired that fatal shot that killed Senzo Meyiwa. So some of the things that he's already touched on, Michelle, also include the version that there were intruders. You'll remember the defense is adamant that the story that there were intruders in the house is untruthful. There wasn't any intruder in the house, and it saw Tumelo Madlala get quite agitated and square off with one of the defense lawyers, saying he was tired of the lies, he was tired of this version that there were no intruders inside that house, and therefore he's here in this court to tell the truth and to tell the court exactly what happened. He was asked also about quite a number of things, including the contradictions that may have been made by other witnesses, and also refusing, of course, to be drawn into statements that were made by other witnesses, saying that what he knows and what he saw was Senzo Meyiwa scuffling with the second suspect, or the second intruder, which is identified as Bongani Ntanzi, when that fatal shot went off, essentially. So cross-examination will continue. We understand that the lawyer for accused number 4, Mnisi Mapisa, will start with cross-examination. Quite interesting to look at the kind of evidence, Michelle, that has been put before this court. Not much has been implicating him. He seemingly is one of the people that are less implicated so far with the kind of evidence that has been given. Most of the time you see Advocate Khumalo cross-examining on a few issues, but also at times really refusing or not taking the opportunity to cross-examine, and that is as a result of the little evidence that has been brought against him so far. But of course you never know what may happen, because the trial still continues.
Well, on that note, Linda, I mean, is it too early to throw forward to who might be next on the stand?
Well, as always, Michelle, the state is keeping its cards close to its chest, not wanting to reveal who the next witness is. As you'll also remember, there is a court order to that effect that, we're not told who the next witness is. It's not announced to members of the media. Members of the media, even if they found out, however way, they cannot announce who the next state witness is. But from what the state has told the court so far, it depends on the availability of the witnesses. You look at the manner in which they've been building their case, Michelle, from police officers to data analysts and the people inside the house. I mean, when we kick-started this new trial, Zandi Khumalo came to the stand. She was the first state witness and one of the people who were inside the house. The expectation there was that the state would continue in the very same trajectory, but we've seen a change in that, police officers being brought in here and there, and then we go back to the house, neighbors also being called. So it's quite interesting looking at the manner in which the state has been able to build its case, of course depending on the availability of the witnesses.
Mnisi, live to us there outside court. Thanks very much indeed for that update.